attendance with us today. Please hold your applause. Colonel Trace Thomas, 120th Airlift Wing Commander. Colonel Benjamin Royer, 120th Airlift Vice Wing Commander. Chief Master Sergeant Randall Kelly, State Command Chief. Chief Master Sergeant Amber Westy, 120th Airlift Wing Command Chief. Colonel Jason Green, 120th Mission Support Group Commander. Chief Master Sergeant Heather Kelly, 120th Mission Support Group Senior Enlisted Leader. Colonel Joshua St. Mars, 120th Maintenance Group Commander. Lieutenant Colonel Tirso Pena, 120th Force Support Squadron Commander. Chief Master Sergeant Stephen Shetland, 120th Force Support Squadron Senior Enlisted Leader. Master Sergeant Enriquez's wife, Christine Enriquez. His stepdaughter, Shannon Young, and stepson, Dylan Young. His father-in-law, Jim Kathman. Brother-in-law, Dale Kathman. And if you haven't figured it out, me. His twin brother, Jesse Enriquez, my wife, Heather, and our kids, Hadley and Mackenzie. Extended family and civilian employers is the last on the list. The presiding officer for today's ceremony is Captain Megan Olson. We are also honored to have the men and women of the Montana Air National Guard and other distinguished guests. We appreciate your presence and thank all of you for being with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Captain Megan Olson to the podium.
Thanks, Jesse, for the kind introductions. Thank you, honored family and guests, for being here to recognize Master Sergeant Enriquez. And thank you, fellow vigilantes, for being here to recognize Joel's 27 years of service with the Montana Air National Guard. I have had the pleasure of working with Joel for the past 6 years. And in that time, I have come to realize a few things about Joel that I want to share with you all if you haven't got to realize. Joel is always the first to volunteer, whether it is motorcycle safety when he doesn't even ride a motorcycle, or TCCC, or COVID, fires, and in 9/11 he also performed some state active duty. So it was just a great thing for him to show his airmen that even if it's not something that may be your best or something you're even familiar with, step outside of the box and just be willing to volunteer. The other big thing I learned about Joel during this time is how big the military is for his family and what an important thing it is. And so I'm so glad you all could show up and be here. I know we have a few individuals on the Facebook Live as well, but I just want to share that to him and a few conversations we've had. It was a very special moment for him to make Master Sergeant. That was a big goal of his, and his father had served for about 15 years. And so it was really special for him to serve not only with his brother, with his dad, and make Master Sergeant. So if, going forward, I hope that your son and the rest of your family understand how special it is. We're just grateful for the time and the support you've given to Joel.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's retirement ceremony, as we pay special tribute to Master Sergeant Joel A. Enriquez on his retirement for the Montana Air National Guard and the United States Air Force. I am Tech Sergeant Enriquez, and I'll be your narrator for today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remain standing as Captain Olson presents Master Sergeant Enriquez the Meritorious Service Medal for faithful, dedicated service to his country in the United States Air Force. Attention to orders. This is to certify that the President of the United States of America, authorized by the Executive Order 16 January 1969, has awarded the Meritorious Service Medal to Master Sergeant Joel A. Enriquez for meritorious service 1 November 2019 to 30 May 2023. Master Sergeant Joel Enriquez distinguished himself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as non-commissioned officer in charge, Customer Service Section, 120th Force Support Squadron, 120th Mission Support Group from 1 March 2008 to 14 May 2023. During this period, Sergeant Enriquez led 3 personnels in the management of 14 programs, directly supporting over 900 airmen in the Montana Air National Guard. Additionally, he was selected as a site security manager of the Defense Enrollment Eligibility reporting system, where he flawlessly managed the data system, ensuring accurate and timely transactions were conducted. Furthermore, Sergeant Enriquez orchestrated special duty assignment pay for 28 airmen, verifying and validating pay entitlements, negating inaccurate and late payments. His leadership skills and oversight of force management played a role with the unit effective inspection and resulted towards an effective overall rating. Finally, Sergeant Enriquez was a team lead in support of coronavirus operation and managed the assembly of over 1,000 coronavirus test kits, oversaw 50 patients, and advocated for more than 25 schools in our local community. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Sergeant Enriquez culminate a distinguished career in the service of his country and reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Given under my hand, 7 May 2023, Jason W. Green, Colonel, Montana Air National Guard, Commander, 120th Mission Support Group. Please remain standing as Captain Olson presents the Montana Air National Guard Distinguished Service Medal. Master Sergeant Joel Enriquez distinguished himself as the Force Management Non-Commissioned Officer in Charge, 120th Force Support Squadron from 1 January 2003 through 15 May 2023. During this period, Sergeant Enriquez led 8 personnelists in the management of 12 programs, directly supporting over 900 airmen in the Montana Air National Guard. He also served as a Wing Tactical Combat Casualty Care Instructor, training 31 airmen, bolstering their knowledge of combat care. Finally, Sergeant Enriquez supported Operation COVID Shield, providing 760 hours at Benefice medical facilities in areas of housekeeping, patient blood draws, and patient vital monitoring. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Master Sergeant Enriquez culminate a long and distinguished career in the service of his state and reflect great credit upon himself, the Montana Air National Guard, and the great state of Montana. Given under my hand in the city of Helena, this 15th day of May 2023, signed J. Peter Ronick, Major General, Montana National Guard, the Adjutant General, Greg Giaforte, Governor, State of Montana. Captain Olson will now present letter from the Governor, letter from the Adjutant General, their certificate of excellence from the Senior Enlisted Leader of the National Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, the retirement portion of this ceremony for Master Sergeant Enriquez will now begin. Please remain standing for the reading of the retirement order. Attention to orders. By order of the Secretary of the Air Force and Department of the Air Force, Special Order EK-1427, Master Sergeant Joel A. Enriquez is relieved from his current assignment and retired per AFI 36-3203 and Title 10, United States Code, Section 8914, in the grade of E7, May 15, 2023. You have been transferred to the retired reserve and your name has been placed on the United States Air Force retired list after 27 years of faithful and honorable service. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Captain Megan Olson will now present the retirement certificates. Certificate of Retirement from the Armed Forces of the United States of America to all who shall see these presents a greeting. This is to certify that Master Sergeant Joel A. Enriquez, having served faithfully and honorably is retired from the United States Air Force on this 15th day of May of the year 2023. Signed, Charles Q. Brown, Jr., General, USAF Chief of Staff, and Michael A. Lowell, Lieutenant General, USAF Director, Air National Guard. Please remain seated for the flag holding ceremony by our 120th Airlift Color Guard.
For more than 200 years, the American flag has been the symbol of our nation's unity, as well as a source of pride and inspiration for millions of citizens. Born on June 14, 1777, the Second Continental Congress determined that the flag of the United States be 13 stripes, alternating between 7 red and 6 white, and the Union be 13 stars, white in a blue field, representing a new constellation. Between 1777 and 1960, the shape and design of the flag evolved into the flag presented before you today. The 13 horizontal stripes represent the original 13 colonies, while the stars represent the 50 states of the Union. The colors of the flag are symbolic as well. Red symbolizes hardiness and valor, white signifies purity and innocence, and blue represents vigilance, perseverance, and justice. Traditionally a symbol of liberty, the American flag has carried the message of freedom and inspired Americans both at home and abroad. In 1814, Francis Scott Key was so moved at seeing the Stars and Stripes waving after the British shelling of Baltimore's Fort McHenry that he wrote the words to the Star-Spangled Banner. In 1892, the flag inspired Francis Bellamy to write the Pledge of Allegiance, our most famous flag salute and patriotic oath. In July 1969, the American flag was flown in space when Neil Armstrong planted it on the surface of the moon. Today, our flag flies on constellations of Air Force satellites that circle our globe, and on the fin flash of our aircraft in harm's way in every corner of the world. Indeed, it flies in the heart of every American who serves our great nation. The sun never sets on our U.S. Air Force, nor on the flag we so proudly cherish. Since 1776, no generation of Americans has been spared the responsibility of defending freedom. Today's airmen remain committed to preserving the freedom that others won for us for generations to come. By displaying the flag and giving it a distinctive fold, we show the respect to the flag and express our gratitude to those individuals who fought and continue to fight for freedom at home and abroad. Since the dawn of the 20th century, airmen have proudly flown the flag in every major conflict on lands and skies around the world. It is their responsibility, our responsibility, to continue to protect and preserve the rights, privileges, and freedoms that we, as Americans, enjoy today. The United States flag represents who we are. It stands for the freedom we all share and the pride and patriotism we feel for our country. We cherish its legacy as a beacon of hope to one and all. Long may it wave.
Sir Joel A. Enriquez. From your friends and family, and the 124 Support Squadron, please accept this flag for your 27 years of dedicated service to the Air Force. At this time, we'd like to invite Christy Enriquez and Shannon Young and Dylan Young to the stage. For dedicated and self-sacrifice in support of the Air National Guard, Christy Enriquez has earned the respect and gratitude of all our members. To our country, we give honor. To our state and towns, we give security. To those who lend their moral strength to their spouse, serving both for those noble causes in the Montana Air National Guard, we give our warmest and sincerest thanks. Signed, Trace N. Thomas, Colonel, Montana Air National Guard, 120th Airlift Wing Commander. For dedication and self-sacrifice in support of the Air National Guard, Austin Enriquez, who was unable to attend today's ceremony, and Shannon and Dylan Young have earned the respect and gratitude of all our members. To our country, we give honor. To our state and towns, we give security. To those who lend their moral strength to parents serving both of those noble causes in the Montana Air National Guard, we give our warmest and sincerest thanks. Signed, Trace N. Thomas, Colonel, Montana Air National Guard, 120th Airlift Wing. Thank you, Christy, Shannon, and Dylan. You may return to your seats. At this time, I'd like to invite Lieutenant Colonel Pena to come and give remarks.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm not going to use the microphone. Fine. What a great day. We're celebrating his career, but I just want to start with the family. Shannon, Christy, Dylan, thank you for sharing Joel with us for 27 years, right? It's amazing. I'm following him. I'm 26 years in, and it just got me thinking, like, you know, I might be soon retiring too, right? So, not yet, sir, not yet. But I just want to say a few things. I assumed command in November, so it's been a short time. I obviously got a lot of confusion because I know him and then I see him on the TV, and I still don't know when they're wearing OCPs because they're rank blanks, right? Which is who? So I say to him, hey, congrats on your retirement. He's like, no, sir, and it's not me, it's my brother. So, but anyway, what a great career. So, started in medical group, went to the horse, came to personnel. So I'm reading his bio and all this stuff. It's like, well, now I know, you know, C.Q. Brown, when he came with this multi-capable airman concept, he was thinking about you, right? So that's amazing. Again, TDY with his brother to Mildenhall, right? So I'm guessing they were confused as well, like what's going on here. But no, that's amazing. And not ended his career pretty much doing COVID orders, right? And serving your state, serving all the people that in need in difficult times. That was amazing to see, and that you volunteer a lot too. So I just want to thank you for your service and all these years, for taking care of the human weapon system, and I'm going to give you our squadron point.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Pena. At this time, I would like to invite Master Sergeant Figueroa to come to the stage to present the 120th Force Support Squadron gift.
Alright. Sergeant Enriquez, this is just a simple token of our appreciation from the 120th. This was a flag that was, we're not gonna do a big flag display like we just did. But that's a flag that you can fly at home, however you want. You have your beautiful flag that was presented to you. And we had an all-star cast from around the wing fly this and dedicate it to you on behalf of the 120th Force Support Squadron, along with the last aircraft of your career. This is the litho of the bird. Your name is in that tail flash somewhere, as long right next. It's J. A. Enriquez. I'm not sure who was born first, but I'm assuming that's who they put on there first. This is just a simple token of our appreciation for everything that you've done. Thank you very much. In here, TJ. Oh.
You gotta be way over there.
Thank you, Master Sergeant Figueroa. I would like to invite father-in-law Jim and brother-in-law Dale Kathman to present their gift.
They're gonna make us move over again anyway.
You're learning.
Dad and I wanted to present this to you for all of your accomplishments, so congratulations.
Thank you, Jim and Dale. So are there any other presentations for Master Sergeant Enriquez out there?
We go way back. And 100%, thank you, family. We could not have done our mission without him. He has always stepped up, taken the plate. Boss is back there. Thank you for the sacrifices of having him go out on stage, active duty orders, short notice, and drills and all the things that we ask. We take our people away from our family and our employers a lot, and we appreciate that. I will say, I know you got a little choked up. I don't know if you noticed there was a line in there though. You're in the ready reserve. So if something happens, you know what? And I'm sure you will happily come back. I know you're going to enjoy retirement, and I hope we don't ever have to call you back. I want to give you my coin and thank you for your service.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Master Sergeant Joel A. Enriquez, retired.
I guess it's my turn now. Oh, no, I'm good, I've got a loud voice, so. I would have never thought that 27 years ago I'd be up here right now. You know, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. I was, turn 18 and still trying to figure out, what I wanted to do, and was presented, you want to go on the Guard? And I said, why not? I'll give it a try. It's 1 week in a month and everything else. And I was thinking about that. He was like, you know what? My father was in the Air Force. Why can't I do it? So, and it's been a great 27 years. I mean, gone, like they said, I'm sorry if I echo what everybody says, gone through 3 career fields, went through some TDYs and state activations, and it was all a great time. It's just the same rate. I met, new friends and great airmen along the way, and then I I'm always glad that my family here can always represent me and support me in everything I do here. So, you know, if I had any words of wisdom for all the other airmen out there, just, you know, believe in yourself, be confident, and face your fears, and you'll be surprised at how far you can go and achieve, and all that. And then, like my commander is saying, you know, taking care of the human weapon system, that's what we do. And I'm glad to be part of an elite force that does that. And I can't thank everybody again for this. You know, this is something that I thought I would never do, but, you know, to be honest, I'm ready for my weekends again. But then on the plus side, you only have to worry about one Sergeant Enriquez this time, so you don't have to worry about anything there. But
No excuse it confusing us now.
and again, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Dale, for the shadow box. I needed my workout anyway, so thank you. Thank you to my family, my father who's watching on Facebook, my son, my mother, and everybody else that can see this. Thank you again for having me. And the 120. Excuse me. .120th will always be in my heart, no matter what. And I'm thanking you for all again. Thank you very much.
At this time, we'd like to open the floor to anyone who would like to tell a tale of their time with Master Sergeant Enriquez. Please limit to PG-rated tales.
And you're welcome to be seated for that.
Anybody? Bueller?
All right. Oh, man. Julie, you and I have known each other a long time. Oh wait, I'm sorry, that's Jesse. Just kidding. I can't count the number of times I ran into you downtown at D.A. Davidson, where my sister also works, and was like, hey, Jesse, Joel, who are you again? But I just want to congratulate you today, and I wanted to let everybody know he's not really that old. But I'll tell you what, do you know how you're old? You know when you know it's time for retirement? When you go to an antique auction and you get 3 bids yourself. So, yeah, that's my story. It's just a joke, but thank you so much for all your service. It's been great knowing you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
I don't have a big story, but I've been his supervisor for a short time, but a long time served with him in the military here, and just amazed at the volunteerism, the ability to just accept any assignment. Even it was last minute. I guess the TCC training, we had a really big event coming and we had nobody trained, and he was voluntold, but he accepted just so graciously, had it done. But he was such an expert. I appreciate his attitude, because he had to go and practice for a while, get it right, and make sure it was good, and ended up training everybody. Our squadron was 100% by the time we were done, within a month, and that's amazing. And he also helped other airmen in the wing to get back satisfied, and just every bit of you has been wonderful to work with, and I appreciate you so much. So I'm glad I had that opportunity. Thank you so much. Yep.
I'll just say, knowing Joel since I moved here September of 2011, I moved to Great Falls and joined D.A. Davidson, and I found Joel to be the most dependable person that I could say I know. He's there every morning, he's always on time, he signs up for everything, he's engaged with everything, and he's an absolute asset. I'm proud to know Joel, I'm proud to work with him. I really want to emphasize he does sign up for everything, but as an employer we were proud to support his TDYs and his weekend assignments. I even got to know Command Chief just so I could kind of double check. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the men and women of the Montana Air National Guard are proud to have served with Master Sergeant Enriquez and wish him and his family every success in their future endeavors. Thank you again for attending this afternoon ceremony. Before you leave, if you would like a squadron picture with FSS and any personnel available, so after the ceremony, so. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Air Force song and the departure of the official party and guests.